If you want to know how or why, um, certain things, like I said, a load of pine, white star pine, actually is the answer. The answers you seek. That, like I said, in all these videos, you will find little bits and tidbits and things and information, and a lot of it's just me bitching and moaning and complaining about things sometimes. But the answer, of course, is logging camps, White Star Pine, the White Star Logging Company, or the I don't know if you call it White Star, Lone Star, whatever, but basically star logging, White Star pine or White Star wood, basically. Although, like I said, in Japan or China, I had a variety of different woods that were being saved for special occasions and stuff like that, that were cured the right way using water. They'd be waterlogged for a time, and then they would be pulled out of the water and allowed to dry just the right way and all that. Like I said, we built wooden ships in the past, you see. Big, huge wooden ships, basically the LS or Lucifer Starline ships, pretty much. Um, Ships that Helena Troy would have launched, basically, pretty much. She was just some woman, some harlot. No, she wasn't a harlot, but she was a woman who they said had unrivaled beauty. Anyway, so she was launching my ships. Like I said, I had like 40 or 50 or a couple hundred smaller ship manufacturing companies where they were building wooden ships. And at one point in time, I gave the Chinese or the I believe it was the Chinese a contract to build 700 of my wooden ships or something like that, which they did. And they were sold and blah, 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 or used basically to do shipping across the oceans and stuff like that. I never got to see any of them really. Some people call them Chinese junks, but I don't know why they would call them junk because they're very sophisticated and very well built ships. I believe the Germans might have played a hand in helping them learn how to do the math and all that other stuff and build them. But Chinese carvers or Japanese carvers, wood carvers, were very, very good and very effective. Like I said, the Chinese or the Japanese were one of those groups of people that were always very loyal to me and very loyal. I guess you could call me the emperor. A long, long time ago, they would have referred to me as emperor. But anyway, whatever. Anyway, though, I had lots of trees and lots of forests. And how I had lots of trees and lots of forests, well, Germans and what's called created these little seed packs that had a coating around them. It was like rice paper. It was a paper ball with nitrogen, different kinds of elements that would make it so you could literally take the seeds and just throw them out the window of an aircraft or throw them out of a thing from a bucket, and they would land and basically grow just about anywhere. A very effective way of seeding or propagating trees. That's why lots of people wondered how coconuts were around the world. You know, could they have floated across the ocean? It's like, no, they went on my ships and went across on my aircraft. Coconuts or the palm tree, really. We used to use them for drive shafts in in the great big mills in the old days when we used to just use wood and stuff like that. We'd use them for drive shafts and stuff like that. Use some stone rollers or so. Using stone rollers, basically, you use a piece of stone and a stone roller, blah blah blah, and oil and stuff like that, and you could roll. And they made very good drive shafts. You could also cut them to lengths, whatever. But long, skinny posts basically would make very good drive shafts for all kinds of different things. Mostly mills and stuff like that. What we use in conjunction with the water wheels and stuff like that. We tried them and other things because they were nice, straight, long things, and they would grow to a certain size, and then you could pull them out of the ground, cut them, and use them as a drive shaft, basically. With some wood fittings and all those kinds of other stuff, they made very effective drive shafts. Anyway, whatever. I don't really know. That was just one thing. I had trees, lots of trees, and like I said, I never needed all that much for myself. Really, I mean, building this, building that, colonies, all that stuff. But my people took care of most of that. Working very hard, you see, to build housing and stuff like that. We always had a fair amount of technology and a fair amount of everything, and we were a tight knit group, you might say. Anyway, though, but yes, I had logging camps, star logging camps, and stuff like that, and then and pay and stuff like that. And also, mostly, how do we have pay? Well, we had star mining. We had Lone Star mines or star mining camps, basically. Iron mining for iron, all kinds of stuff. My mining goes back lots of thousands of years, and actually even goes to the stars and other planets. Like I said, for millions of years, I checked on the particle creation amounts for the big fusion reactors that are in the sky, the star, our star, which is now which was renamed to a sun at some point in time. Probably so somebody could say that he was the creator of suns. And yes, if you fornicate with a girl or have sex with a woman, you will have a something, something, something offspring, as they call it. So anyway, I don't really know. I don't care. And there are very few people that can claim the things that I can claim. And like I said, for millions or thousands or trillions of years, whatever, I went around the galaxy checking on the particle creation amounts from the different stars and everything like that, and even building more and doing stuff like that. And eventually, I came here. So anyway, like I said, you see the cars, you see the trucks, you see the white aircraft and white ships and all that other stuff, and you know the word American. Like I said, I named America, blah, blah, blah. That's how all this is possible. Anyway, like I say, you don't have to read in a book and assume that it's true. All you have to do is look around, look at pictures, talk to people, look at photographs, look at things that have been made in the past, look at old relics. Not even that old to see the name Star. Lucifer Star is my name. And like I said, while I had German and I named America, I actually started or was working mostly in Europe first. Worked around there, the Winter Palace. The Winter Palace was a train station, a school, or something like that, and blah, blah, blah. All kinds of other stuff. And at some point, somebody wanted to take me down and attack me or something like that. I don't really know. Like I said, somebody else's psychotic maneuver to try and have money or power or something like that in the past, I have no relation to or effect on. But we defended ourselves and defended ourselves quite effectively, I guess. So, anyway, so yeah. And at some point in time, somebody was trying to kill off all my exoskeletons off the planet, and even the 1.5s, and then to try and say that they had never been here or that we were the only evolved race in the universe. So it's like, no, you're not. You're one of 12. And yeah, there's a lot more technology out there than there is here. But then again, somebody's trying to kill me off before we can get. But it's like, well, I've already lived 900 trillion years, so yeah, and I've already gone to space, gone around the stars, gone everywhere. And while I'd like to go back up to space and continue on my epic voyage throughout the universe and stuff like that, I guess that this will probably be my end. So at last, you get to find out who I am and what I am and what I look like. And over the years, one or two of you will stumble across my videos and everything else. As a child, people stumbled across me. Like I say, I'm the person who dictated or had your constitution made. I'm the one who named your country. I am the one who invented triple expansion steam and steam power, steam trains, and maybe even the shuttle valve. I don't really know. I might have invented the shuttle valve, although I don't know. I'm not exactly sure exactly how much I invented or how much I didn't invent. All I can say is my name is Lucifer Star. My name means gunpowder. Basically saltpeter, sulfur, and also ammonium nitrate. Mix it together, and you get basically Lucifer's powder. So anyway, basically I own DuPont. I also own Blasting Cap Company. My researchers or inventors invented the first blasting cap, and also the zik on the TNT things. You know, that little plunger thing. That was made, I believe, by me, or I invented it, or something. That I had something to do with that invention. DC power and also AC power, not so much. AC power, that was something my scientists or my people did. They realized about high voltage and stuff like that, and there were high voltage experiments, and they decided that the best way to go. And for that, I would say Germans and other people. Well, hydropower and the inventing of basically turbines was my thing, and possibly electricity. Like I said, we're more, like the Irish would say, we're more of a conglomerate here. You know, different groups underneath one flag. Lucifer Star. So anyway, equal rights, all that stuff. Maybe I should have not been equal rights, but I was. So too late now, as they say. So, as they say, and also things like with the Concorde and telling the Aborigines what the sonic boom meant and what it was, so they wouldn't be scared. Because I don't like to scare people with technology and all that other stuff. I like them to be aware that it's just as fast as the speed of sound aircraft, and not God raining down fire. So, anyway, that was all me. So, and also having people write reports on what it's like to fly at supersonic speeds and all that. Also the B1 or B1 and B2 bomber. Brian 1, Brian 2 bomber, B-52 bomber. Although the B-52 is a lot older than the B series of swept wing fighters. Like I said, Rodney and lots of other people were saying, why do swept wings? And telling me that the swept wings were a problem because you can't transfer the fuel. And they were telling me how the Tomcats were always crashing because they didn't transfer the fuel at the proper rate. And I find that hard to believe because my scientists were very good at calculating the fuel transfer. But it's true, if you just transfer the wings back, it would cause whatever. But not really, because the added lift, I don't really know. Like, it's all a conglomerate, whatever thing. But Rodney liked to always bitch at me and complain to me and basically call me a loser or a piece of shit. He was a real asshole. And at some point in time, he even admitted it. Finally. Anyway, I don't know. I ended a drug addict and sex addict, and his greatest thing was he wanted to sleep with my sister and her daughters. But apparently, Mike and his brother were the ones who take that prize or whatever. And I think the whole thing of sex and using people as basically pleasure sticks or whatever, pleasure things. The women referred to men as pleasure sticks. I don't really care. Male and females are two species that I was responsible for the creation of and all that other stuff as well. So anyway, it's all very complicated and I don't really care. But anyway, and like I say, Jimmy Carter or someone wanted to be God or wanted to be supreme or whatever. And he wasn't exactly all that supreme, but not quite as supreme as me. So anyway, as I was more supreme. Or at least at some point in time, the nanotechnology or nanotech, the nanolights or nanotechs found me and discovered me and saved me or protected me or something like that. And basically I am put back into reality and all that to say all this. So anyway, yes. So you can know. And knowing is half the battle. Oh my God. Oh my Lord, as they say. They used to say, oh my Lord. Anyway, many people thought that the British leader or the British High King or even the leader or even the Emperor of China was some blah 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 blah. But the truth is, it was me. It was always me, at least as far as I can remember. And I even got the leader of China out of trouble one time when he was going to be executed for blah blah. And I went over what he had done or something like that, and I said no, he was just following my orders. He was just doing my orders. But they were going to execute him as blah, blah. And I was like, no. It's my fault. It's not his fault. He's just a puppet. He was just doing what I wanted him to do. Or something like that. And, whatever. Or it was somebody that was lying to him. So anyway. Like I say, arm chopping off Nixon was most effective, apparently, at chopping off arms. And like I say, at some point in time, he even admitted it. Saying how he chopped off the left arm and then he chopped off the right arm. And he wasn't talking about a couch. They're trying to say he was talking about a chair or a couch, but no, he was talking about a person. There's a person and blah, blah, and he chopped off the left arm, he chopped off the right arm. He chopped off about 250 arms, actually, of people. Chinese people, I believe. John McCain actually tortured about 250 or 160 Chinese or Japanese people to get them to sign confessions and all this and other kind of stuff. But then again, the black people are the second worst people, and some of the black leaders, about 5 of them, got together and wanted to burn it down, tear down civilization or some shit like that. Like I said, I make these videos so you understand who the problem was. Africa was getting its weapons, I guess, from North Korea. Or Korea. I don't know why, although I found out later on that some black people had gone over Korea and had actually shot the Japanese or Chinese leaders involved and actually tried to take over the country or something like that and turn it into their little private manufacturing slave complex. For which I say no, it was German and I gave it over to the Chinese. The black people don't really work for me. Like I said, the black people figured that any white person or white god or white leader could not be on their side. So therefore they turned their back on me a long time ago. Which was a mistake, really, considering who I am and what I am. So, because nobody's got their back. Anyway, so. And actually, like I say, the most notable help to the black people was when I gave them some steamships and had them included in the Black Star Line's fleet. Oh well. Bad leadership, Can't help you there. And possibly even just the white leadership. In fact, maybe it was maybe the reason why the Chinese were so sought after, and why people were trying to kill them so badly was because the Chinese were mostly on my side. They had known me for 2 million years. So, and a long time ago in Germany and some other places, they had a color card, black and white color card. If you were white, perfectly white, or if you were black, then you could have whatever you wanted. And there was other people that were like, wait a minute, I'm white. See, look, it's just my tan, I'm white. and trying to pass that off. But of course, the black people always intended to kill the white people and take over. And then they would be in command of blah, blah, blah. And then some black person thought I was actually a woman. Later on found out that I was not actually a woman. and that I was actually a man. And also that I was also white, and then they were trying to make me black, but I refused. So, anyway, so whatever. Like I said, I'm Lucifer Starline, and your Lord, and the Lord of 12 other lifeform types, including the AIs and nanotechnologies, and also quite a few other lifeforms out there in existence, and you're just stuck with me. Because I was a pretty good Lord, and I was a pretty good leader, and I knew a lot of stuff, and I was very fair and equal, and just basically the perfect Lord. So many people knew me as their Lord or their leader, basically. And blah, 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 blah. And at some point in time, I used to be able to control your body and your mind and stuff like that. And some people were trying to use that to blah, 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 but I refused. I refused to allow them to lie. I refused to allow them to mess with you. I am free, and so therefore you will be free. At some point in time, they wanted me to kill off my life forms. I refused again. I will not use people and then kill them. They are free afterwards. They earn their freedom, and then that's it. They pay their service to society and civilization, and then they go and do whatever they want, basically. Hopefully in a good way. Like I say, my practices and my wills and my desires are basically all throughout your civilization. They're in your words, they're in your thoughts, they're in the pictures, they're in the movies. There is no way of escaping what and who I am. I might as well have actually been a part of your soul, or been a part of your actual self. Maybe I am. I don't really know. Like I said, but, truth and understanding and what is real, I will plainly tell to you. I love you. I care about you, and I want you to be happy. And I want you to understand your world and your universe. So, I do not hide it. For years, they were trying to say how I was the bad person. I was behind I was agent number 1, behind the door, controlling everything. It's like, yes, I know. So, yeah, I controlled you. That or arm